breaking news just moments ago in the Russia investigation. Roger Stone, you see him right there. President Trump's longtime political advisor, former campaign aide, has been arrested in Florida, charged by special counsel Robert Mueller with obstruction, witness tampering, making false statements to Congress, all connected to what he knew about the hacking of Hillary Clinton's emails during the 2016 campaign and what he told the Trump campaign about those leaks. Our Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas starts us off. Good morning, Pierre.
George, good morning. That's right. Roger Stone, longtime associate and sometimes informal Trump advisor, was arrested overnight in Fort Lauderdale and charged with 7 federal felonies: obstruction of an official proceeding, 5 counts of making false statements, and 1 count of witness tampering. George, much of this appears to be about WikiLeaks, which obtained hacked information about the DNC and Clinton campaign chairman John Podesta, and then released the documents during the 2016 campaign. The U.S. intelligence community concluded that the documents, which included embarrassing information about the Clinton campaign, was hacked by the Russian government in an effort to help the Trump campaign. According to the charges, in the summer of 2016, Stone spoke to senior Trump campaign officials about WikiLeaks and, quote, information it might have that would be damaging to the Clinton campaign. Stone was then contacted by a senior campaign official who inquired about future releases by WikiLeaks. According to the indictment, once Stone learned that congressional intelligence committees and the FBI had opened investigations regarding Russian interference in the 2016 election, Stone took steps to obstruct the investigations. The special counsel claims that Stone made false statements to the House Intelligence Committee and denied processing or possessing records that contained evidence of his interactions with WikiLeaks. And the special counsel says he attempted to persuade a witness to provide false testimony. George, it's a very lengthy indictment. We're still pouring through it. Much more to come, George.
There's a lot more to go through it, but we do know that it involves communications he had with the Trump campaign, communications he had with other individuals, and then lying about it, full stop, to the Congress, to the House, to the Special Committee on Intelligence. He is going to appear in court later this morning in Florida.
That's right. He's due to have an appearance at about 11 a.m. this morning, George. He'll be processed then. We expect to hear from perhaps his attorney and his side of the story. As you know, George, he's a very outspoken person. He's claimed that this has been a witch hunt, that he's been made a target, unfairly so. But again, this is a very lengthy case laid out of lying and trying to obstruct the investigation, George.
Okay, Pierre Thomas, thanks very much. Good morning. This now from our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams. Let's just start out where we are. This is the first indictment dealing with communications with the Trump campaign about those emails.
Right. This is the first indictment where it becomes clear that the special counsel believes that the Trump campaign knew about the hacks before this material was made public. And remember, one of the key charges in this case so far is of the Russians engaged in the hacks. Now, this is related to WikiLeaks, and the key phrases, I think, from this indictment are that a senior Trump official was directed to contact Stone about additional releases and about future releases.
July 2016.
Correct. And in August, Stone is requesting specific stolen emails from particular dates. In October, a high-ranking Trump official is asking about the status of future releases. An associate of a Trump official tells Stone after the fact, "Well done." And one of the charges here is false and misleading statements about communications with the Trump campaign, and that he spoke with multiple people in the campaign about what he learned.
That's the point I wanted to get to. We don't know who all these individuals are yet. This will come out as we continue our digging over the course of the day. But multiple people in the Trump campaign knew about what Stone was doing. He was in contact with them.
That's right. But the most important point to me is, who was he talking to before anything was released? If you want to talk about lying to people in the Trump campaign, lying about conversations you had with people in the Trump campaign after this was released, that's very different in terms of the big picture than who in the Trump campaign knew that this stuff existed before it was released.
And it's important that we go back and look at the big picture here. From the day after, basically, President Trump was elected, he and others on his campaign said, I asked him point blank at that press conference in Trump Tower, did you or anyone on your campaign have any contact with Russia? And the denials were adamant. So it's with stories like this, with movements like this, that we have to go back and look at the narrative that they've been laying out over the last 2 years on this.
Absolutely. But let's also be clear, take one step back here and say, still no evidence that President Trump was involved in this, right? This is talking about Trump campaign officials, et cetera. And number two, no indication yet that there was any direct contact with the Russians. This is about WikiLeaks. This is about what did WikiLeaks have? How did they get it? When are they going to distribute it?
Now, we know from previous indictments, though, that Mueller is going to make the contentions that WikiLeaks got the information from Russian intelligence.
Correct. But you're still you're now one step away, which is an important distinction between Trump campaign direct relationship with Russians and Trump campaign knowing about WikiLeaks.
One thing this also does seem to set up, if we now have to look at what these other multiple Trump campaign officials said when they were interviewed, assuming they were interviewed by the House Intelligence Committee, by the Senate Intelligence Committee, did they tell the truth?
That's the critical point here, which is we know that there are multiple Trump campaign officials mentioned in this indictment. Many of them, if not all of them, have been questioned by the special counsel. Did they tell the truth? Because the special counsel now clearly believes that they know what happened.
And again, to that point, lots of documentation in here.
Lots of documents. And that's one of the things that Stone is charged for, by the way, is lying about what documents he has and didn't have. Because he denied he had records, denied he had documents, and then the special counsel comes forward and says, we know you have these documents. We know you have these records. And that's one of the charges he's facing here.
Okay, we're going to stay on this all morning long. Dan Abrams, thanks very much.
Still waiting to hear what the president has to say as well.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.